Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a short, quick video. It's going to be a toolbox tour. Lots of people do these, kind of serve to show the arc of the development of your channel as time goes along. Sort of shows your journey. I've been doing this kind of stuff for quite some time, so I have a lot of tools already. But kind of the guy that likes to buy stuff when I need it. I'd rather have it when I need it than need it when I need to have it, kind of. So I do have a lot of tools already. I work on a lot more stuff other than outdoor power equipment. The channel so far, we've only posted outdoor power equipment kind of work and some trailer work. Maybe in the spring I'll post some other sort of automotive-y type stuff or some other types of stuff. But as we go through the tools here, you'll see I have a lot of tools. So far in the time period that the channel's been up, we have a lot of viewers, which is nice. Thank you for watching. Not a lot of subscribers, so maybe hit the like and subscribe if you are watching the channel and actually like the content. I think since it's wintertime, probably the next video is going to be replacing the head on a snowblower that I actually personally own, because I don't want it to die this winter when I need to remove snow. It still works, but the valve seats are all messed up. I had to sand them down last winter and never got around to just replacing the head. Anyway, let's get into the toolbox tour. So we'll just cover the top of the toolbox area first. So this is a workbench I built a long time ago. It's just some 4x4s and some 2x4s, and then a sacrificial melamine top. I've never had to actually just to replace the melamine top because it's always been covered usually with some sort of like neoprene product, so it's never really gotten too damaged. But I have drilled a lot of holes in it to store like all my screwdrivers, my regular screwdrivers, some impact screwdrivers, some other impact screwdrivers. Impact screwdrivers are nice to have so you can get stuck screws out. Digs into the head, doesn't break them. Also have some, as we go into the toolbox, you'll see like why these aren't in the toolbox, but some, some offset wrenches, metrics, SAEs, some big ones like this guy. Don't really use that very often, but sort of completes the set. Some impact guns. Don't really use the really big impact gun very often, because it's like, I don't know, 1,700 pounds of braking force and 1,200 pounds of torquing. You won't really see me use that on outdoor power equipment, but it's good for vehicle work. And then just, the regular, your regular smaller impact gun. Across the front here we have various T-handle hex. So you got your metrics, and you got your standard SAEs, and you got your 4Xs, right? And then you got some pry bars that you can use to align holes as well, various sizes. All the way down this little small guy. And I just kind of stuck them all on here because I don't have enough room in the toolbox. And when you see the toolbox, you'll realize why there's all this stuff up here. And then along the back is just sort of a magnetic strip, slat wall. The little punch thing's pretty useful. That gets used a lot. These nut drivers, they get used a lot. Very hammers, such hammers. There's other hammers up there. There's clamps. There's all kinds of stuff on the back wall. Let's see. Oh, and then I didn't really cover this, but not in there are these Capri very thin wrenches. They come in handy as well. So I guess we had to go with brands on the top. We got Snap-on, Vessel, Snap-on, DeWalt, Capri. I think these are Klein. Yeah, those are Klein. Same thing with these. These are Klein. Or no, these are Stanley. That's sort of the top, I guess. enough space to work right here, but it could be better, especially if I had a better toolbox. Let's go dive into the, oh, I guess I didn't really talk about this. Then over here is my air, just a pancake compressor. I don't really have a whole lot of air tools. I usually have just cordless power tools to do all the work I need to do. So this pancake compressor does pretty well. I have a professional sprayer, airless sprayer, so I don't really use the pancake compressor to spray things. I don't know. And then over here some like carpentry tools for carpentry stuff. Anyway, let's dive into the drawers. So, topmost drawer, probably the most active drawer in the whole toolbox. As you can see, completely full of sockets, extensions. So you've got your impacts in the front. So these are 1/2 inch metric and SAE 1/2 inch. Then over here are your SAE and metric 3/8. Then there's the same thing, stubby versions of 1/2 inch and SAEs. These are Olsa Tools stubbies, pretty sure. Double check. Yeah, Olsa Tools stubbies. Love those. They work great. They come with the rail too. Then you've got either your locking extensions or your non-locking extensions, and then various, your persuader, right? Or your speed wrenches, or just standard various ratchets, some short ones, some long ones, some whatevers. These go with the little stubby sockets to help them not fall out of a wrench. These are small little drill bits that to if you need to clean a carburetor out on a outdoor power equipment, you use these little teeny drill bits, and you can open up the passageways a little easier with those. I think that pretty much takes care of this drawer. And then in the back, you've got full set of chromes, 1/2 inches and 3/8 that are 12 point. So your 6 points and your 12 points in the back. And then there's some swivels in here. No big deal. I think if we were to cover all the different tool types in this drawer, brands, we've got Snap-on, Olsa, Aries, and Tekton in this drawer. And what's wrong with the drawer? As you can see, the drawer doesn't come all the way out. So if you were to buy a Harbor Freight cabinet, make sure you buy one of the ones that is full extension, because this is really annoying to get to the sockets in the back. Okay, let's see here. So here is a SAE metric ratcheting wrenches, right? Oh, I guess I forgot. Up here, there's no icon up here. There's icon, well, there's icon, like wobble sockets, wobble extensions and stuff, but so maybe there's some icon in there. These are all icon right here. And then these are Speedway and SETI. These are just, I think people call these ignition wrenches, just ignition wrenches to get really small stuff. I don't know if I showed that in the camera, some ignition wrenches. But don't have to use those too often, but when you need them, you need them, right? And then these are just your metrics and your ratcheting and your SAE ratchetings. And then I probably didn't talk about it, but up here, all of the storage in the front here are toolbox widget organizers. These are the rails that Olsa sends you. And these are the Tekton, these come on a rail already. The Tekton ones come on a rail already. But like in this drawer, these are all toolbox widget organizers. They're magnetized. You can put labels on the front of them. They work pretty well. Okay, what's in this drawer? Similar ratcheting, just these ones are the stubby ones. Crow's feet, some larger ratcheting. And then these little areas like crow's feet kind of lockables that you put on an extension. They're pretty nice, like those. And then obviously regular crow's feet. This drawer is all Icon or Aries. I have these. I think I got them for free at one point. I have never once steel stamped a letter or anything in anything, but hey, you never know. Maybe one day. Let's see. What's this drawer? Okay, so this drawer is, these are the E type sockets. Don't really use them very often, but they're for automotive stuff. These are two different types of Olsa Tools wrenches that have a head that is for stripped bolt heads. They're like gripper type kind of things. Use them seldomly, but both metric and SAE. And then a whole drawer full of SAE Olsa or SAE Icon, either stubby or not so stubby SAE wrenches, basically. The stubbies do come in handy. I would recommend people buying them. They're good. But anyway, so Icon and Olsa Tools. This drawer is sort of a mess. It's like a jump starter, some hose for fuel, some instruction manuals for some jacks, and various other just crap. It's just junk drawer. I do have some extra, probably toolbox widget screwdriver holders, because all the screwdrivers are up on top of the mat. You know, jerk fitting. Tractor supply, whatever. Don't go in there very often. Okay, let's move down here and see what we got. Let's see here. 1/2-inch 12-point chromes, some various hex type stuff and Torex type stuff, Allen keys, some I don't know, converters. These little things here help you, like if you want to jump start a lawnmower. They're like a ratchet built in, like a ratchet within a ratchet, basically, socket extension. And then these extractors, those are from Harbor Freight. These are all Tekton, and those I think are from Harbor Freight. And the organizers are from a guy, Lewis Bruce, I want to say is his name, on Etsy. Any of these like plastic organizers he built. And I guess under here, brake measurement tool, so you can put brakes in your car. These are 1/4-inch 12 points, also Tekton, a couple hammers, some fuses that I've never needed to use, a pair of wire strippers, various gasket seal stuff, spark plug thing, valve sanding compound with the valve sanders, and then various Mayhew punches, brass and whatnot, and this little teeny drop hammer thing. It's got like sand in it. You can drop it. That's one of those impact screwdrivers. And of course, in case you lose something, a magnet. Anyway, so that drawer is Tekton, Mayhew, and Klein tools with this little special bits to do things. Oh, and Icon. And then, lot of different pairs of pliers and snippers and whatever. So I don't know. Snap-on. I think there's Crescent. There's Klein. These are Icons. I know these are Icons. These are Icons. I don't know. A lot of stuff. This little panel removing, or little scraper thing. There's panel tools in there somewhere. I think they're down there. And then, last but not least, let's see, another sort of a junk kind of stuff drawer with like bolts and stuff. There is some files and like a brake shoe extender bleed down kit. That's I think an Icon electric tester or circuit tester. I don't know. That kind of concludes this. We'll go over here in a second. Okay, here's our I don't know. We'll call it our extension area. Got this Doyle clamp, which works pretty well. Then along the shelf is pretty much a bunch of torque wrenches, so beam style or regular, mechanical style. This big one is a 3/4 inch, and then there's a bunch of 3/8 and 1/2 inch ones. Down along here are a bunch of different either blind pullers or rethreading tools or thread chasers, some JIS screwdrivers. I want to say this is like automotive panel tools, some odds and ends that didn't fit over there. Like these should be in the same drawer as the other hex stuff, but no space, so I've just kind of in here. Same thing with like these. Those are the metrics, those are the SAEs. A bunch of random like picks and stuff that just don't fit in the other cabinet. And then down here, same thing. Some Torex and hex stuff that just don't fit in the other cabinet. Same thing here, some JIS. These are good for like working on JIS is like a Japanese Phillips head kind of. You need them for specific things, but you don't use them that often unless you're working on Japanese stuff. Bunch of different sockets, what else we got? Random screwdrivers. So I think these are all 1/2 inch for the impact, and then these are all the 3/8 inch ones for the impact. But basically that sort of consumes all that. Then some extra gloves in case you need some. Actually, I like these gloves. They're very nice. Get them on Amazon. And then over here, some little toolbox for other stuff, and then some measuring cups. These come in handy. You just throw them away after you measure out what you want. Same thing, get them on Amazon, but they're pretty good. Let's see, and then kind of just stuff here on the wall, which I don't know if we'll get. We have like a camera for borescope examining, lots of different like things like panel, like panel perforators, nuts, bolts, screws. A little measuring guy here. Need this sometimes if you don't know what size, right? Caliper. This one's just a cheap one, but it works. Harbor Freight was having a sale on deep sockets a couple months back, so right there are some leftover 6-point deep and shallow sockets, and then I don't know, ladders and workbenches and a blower, stuff like that. There you go. Quick tour of the toolbox. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel. Would appreciate it. Next time we do a toolbox tour, maybe be a year from now, we'll hopefully be out of this small toolbox and into like a 72-inch box that all of the stuff sort of fits in, and probably we'll have fixed up this workbench that I have not bothered to fix up for quite some time, like 10 years. I don't know. We may still have the workbench, but if we get a better toolbox, then we don't need to have holes drilled all over it, and we could have a bigger workspace. So we'll see. We might fix it up. Otherwise, wintertime, don't know how much I like to work outside in the cold, but I do need to put that head on the snowblower so that when it snows here, it works. And I've got a couple other little small things to do. So some other content coming to the channel here in the next month or so, but for now, just quick short toolbox video. Anyway, check out the other stuff on the channel, like, subscribe, and have a good holiday season. Thanks, everybody.